Alisson Becker's like a DC superhero with gloves. From incredible saves to assists and even goals, these are the 10 Alisson Becker craziest moments. And first up, he was showing off amazing skills moves on debut. In 2019, the football transfer market was about to change forever. Few months back in January, Liverpool had signed Virgil van Dijk for a club record fee of $75 million, but they weren't done. See, Liverpool was trying to challenge for the title, and they knew the only way they'd be able to was if they got solid hands at the back. So after getting Van Dijk, they splashed the cash again, and copped Alisson from Roma for a club record $65 million, making him the most expensive defender in the world at the time. And let's just say, it didn't take him any time to settle in, because in the game against Brighton weeks later, my man was showing off sombrero skills in front of a packed Anfield crowd. The confidence in that clip is insane. With performances like this, Alisson was quickly turning himself into a fan favourite at Liverpool, but it was in the game against Napoli that he became a local hero. Coming into this one, Liverpool were on the brink. In the Champions League group, PSG had already qualified and were guaranteed to finish top. But second spot was up for grabs between Liverpool and Napoli, and both teams were facing each other in their final game. For Liverpool, it was simple. They had to win to qualify. Anything other than that, and they'd be out. It was going to be a team effort if they were going to pull through. All they had to do was see it out and they'd be through to the knockout stages. But in the dying seconds of the game, Napoli launched one final attack, caught Liverpool defence off guard, and Dries Martins was through on goal. But lucky for the Reds, they had Alisson in goal. What a save! Alisson's heroics helped Liverpool qualify from the group, and even better, helped them win the competition in May. For Jurgen Klopp, it was like a dream come true, because he now had a goalie he could trust to make huge saves in big games. But I bet he didn't know it was all about to get even better, because Alisson took it up a notch and started dropping goal contributions. Liverpool versus Norwich City in 2022, and Alisson and Salah were in sync. Kind of feels like these two have some sort of understanding on the pitch, and are always looking to find each other, because in this game, Alisson's radar to Salah was spot on. See guys, the thing with Alisson is, he knows where to launch that inch-perfect pass, and Salah's caught with it too. Unfortunately for the Norwich City defenders, they didn't quite understand what was going on, until Alisson hit the signal and they realised it was game over. I mean, Salah's goal was amazing, the way he turned 3 defenders before slotting home with his right foot. Out of this world. But Alisson's pass? Dude, I know a couple of midfielders who tear ACLs trying to pull this off. Alisson's and Salah's understanding has been around for ages now. They even combine to deadly effects on the big stages too. When Liverpool faced Manchester United in the North West Derby at Anfield in January 2022, they knew what was at stake. In the league that season, Liverpool had been flying, just one defeat all along, and they'd been clearing out any team that stood in their way. But this game was more than just a league match, because their rivalry between these two teams is so deep it goes way back into the 70s. Liverpool knew they couldn't lose this one, especially in front of the home fans. So when they took the lead, it was all hands on deck trying to defend what they had. Until the closing stages of the game, when United slipped off for a sec, and Alisson saw the opportunity to release his teammate on goal. And in less than a second, he hit one of the most stunning long-range kicks you've ever seen. Picked out Salah, and the Egyptian king couldn't miss. Liverpool won the game 2-0. Kind of feels like Alisson loves an assist against the Manchester duo, because it wasn't just United he was setting up teammates for. He did the same thing against Man City. In 2022-23, this time it was Liverpool v Man City at Anfield, and once again, the Reds needed to win to make a statement. At this time, City's new man Erling Haaland was making waves in the league, so trying to stop him was going to prove difficult. But somehow, Alisson had found a way to keep him quiet all game, and he became so confident that he knew his team could win if they found just one chance. And since the attackers weren't quite hitting the right balls yet, he decided to do it himself. It was like he surfed it on a play and Salah just couldn't miss it. If I had Alisson as my wingman when talking to girls, I'd have bagged Kim K by now. Saves, assists, the man could do everything but score. Oh, wait, he actually did. Liverpool versus West Brom in 2021, and there was a lot riding on this match. That season, Liverpool had been okay from the start, but in mid-January they became rubbish and fell off. Still, They'd managed to pull their act together, and now they were challenging for a Champions League spot. But they also knew if they were going to be playing in Europe's top competition, they simply had to beat West Brom. But it's funny how this game works, because in added time after 90 minutes, they scored 1-1. Liverpool began pushing for the equaliser, and they became so desperate that they sent everyone upfield, including the goalie Alisson. And what happened next? I'll let you watch this one for yourself. The perfect ending. Alisson came clutch, scored the winner, and helped Liverpool qualify for the Champions League that season. But still, Alisson's a goalie, gotta always remember that, and it kind of feels like Newcastle players and fans forgot, so he had to remind them firsthand. In September, Liverpool and Newcastle clashed in a tense Premier League match. Newcastle were on a roll. They had qualified for the Champions League and were looking to make the top four. And for Liverpool, they were unbeaten in the league at this time, so everyone was hyped to see how this one was going to end. The game got off to a chaotic start. Newcastle took the lead, then Liverpool's captain Van Dijk got a red card, so the Newcastle dudes began launching attack in the Liverpool area. And since they couldn't penetrate through, they started hitting them from long range. And this one time, Miguel Almiron thought he'd crack the Liverpool code and hit the perfect shot. But I could watch this one over and over again and still not get tired. That save was out of this world. In the end, in classic Liverpool style, they came back to win 2-1. Don't mess with Alisson in big games, man, because he always comes out on top. But you don't have to take it from me, just ask Jordan Pickford instead. 2021-22, and Alisson was in goal for Liverpool versus Everton in the Merseyside derby. This rivalry goes deep because it's one of the oldest in football history. In this particular edition, Liverpool came into a favourite, but Everton's goalie Jordan Pickford was planning on running what was supposed to be a proper game of football for the fans watching, because a few minutes into the game, and dude started time wasting. Now, Alisson saw what was going on, but instead of complaining to the ref as some of his teammates and the fans did, he kept a mental note of what Pickford did, because he'd come up with a plan. But he knew he'd have to wait for his moment a bit, and after Liverpool scored 2 in the second half to secure the win, Alisson made sure he'd give Pickford a taste of his own medicine. The crowd loved it, and I did too. Now, that's how you get back on your ops. Honestly man, Alisson, that goalie can do everything. Goals, clutch saves, assists, and even dead balls too. In 2022, Chelsea and Liverpool faced off in the FA Cup in May, with the Reds looking to sign off on their domestic season. Liverpool battled hard with Man City for the league, but just lost out on the title on the final day. And now, they knew to make it up to fans they had to win the FA Cup. But Chelsea wasn't prepared to let them through that easy. The game finished 0-0, and after extra time went into penalties. Both teams scored 4 kicks each, meaning the last 2 penalties were going to decide it. So Mason Mount went up to take the last kick for his team and put the pressure back on Liverpool. But Alisson had other ideas. That save allowed Kostas Tsimikas to score the winning penalty and give Liverpool the FA Cup. Alisson's a hero. This one would have been pretty painful for the Chelsea fans, because this ain't the first time Alisson saved a Chelsea spot kick. He was even doing it back in COVID. At the start of the 2020-21 season, football was different. When Liverpool faced Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, it wasn't the usual matchday hype leading up to it at the stadium, because there were no fans, all thanks to COVID restrictions. Liverpool came into this one as defending champions, meaning everyone wanted a piece of their crown. So when Chelsea won a penalty in the first half after a foul in the box, it was like Liverpool title defence was already crumbling. And to make it worse, the dude stepping up to take it was Jorginho. He hardly misses from the spot, especially with his run-up penalty technique. So, I guess you'd have to be able to execute any Liverpool fan for thinking Chelsea was bound to score this one. Probably because, for a split second, they'd forgotten they had Alisson in goal. Huge save with the game finishing 2-2. Alisson's save helped Liverpool escape with a point. Clutch stuff. Now, I'm sure you've enjoyed this video, so come on, hit that subscribe button and be one of the first to get even more content like this. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.